Hang out with me for a few minutes and let's do a test ride video on this Starcraft Storm 176 DC Pro. Now the Pro model's got some great fishing features you're going to want to know about. The Storm 176 DC Pro is 17 foot 8 inches long down the center line, has an 88-inch beam, and it'll accept up to 115 horsepower outboard motor. You know, the driver's console is a great place to start our discussion. One of the most important features here is something called C-Zone. If you don't know what it is, it's a digital control line for all the functions in the boat. It ties into the NEMA network, which is a standardized network that basically powers everything throughout the boat. It's a great feature and it's something you're going to find in this boat. Also, you're going to have lots of room here for your sonar, plenty of room to mount two if you needed. There's gauges up here that are easy to see. There's a tilt wheel that makes it nice for getting in and out, and of course the handy little spot over here to put your cell phone. All those things together tie up to make an excellent console for the Storm 176 DC Pro. Here on the passenger console, there are three important features I want to point out. It has a USB charging port. Now that might not seem like anything special, but it's on the port side of the boat. Usually you don't have power on the port side of the boat, so the passenger over here can charge their cell phone no problem. You also got a giant glove box. It's going to give you plenty of room to keep things that have to be kept dry. Your cell phone, maybe a tablet. And underneath, lots and lots of foot room, and that's important for a big guy like me. I want a place to put my feet. Here in the back of the Storm 176 DC Pro are some great features. There's an awesome live well back here that's divided into a bait tank as well. So if you want to fish and use live bait, you're going to have a bait tank to keep your live bait fresh, also a live well to keep your catch fresh. There's a box back here for storing your battery, which is important, and there's also two storage compartments back here which are designed specifically to hold Plano utility style boxes. Now these are the style of tackle boxes most of us use to put our fishing lures in. We want our fishing lures stored at the back of the boat. That's a great thing. You're also going to have storage for rods down the port and down the starboard side. So lots of rod storage, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. Up here on the bow of the Storm, you're also going to find some nice fishing features. It's all carpeted up here, so it's very plush, a great place to be able to cast from. And first thing that jumps out at me is all the storage compartments. 1, 2, 3, 4 dry storage compartment and a rod locker as well. So there's lots of storage up here. Of course, your electric motor mounts on the bow, and underneath where I'm sitting is a little cubby in here that's going to be the perfect place for storing items that normally would be on the floor. Things like your life jacket maybe, or the controller for your electric motor will go under there as well. So all kinds of great storage up here. Of course, you've got a swivel seat base, so if you want to pull that up here, you can as well. You know, we talked briefly about the rod locker, but it has a dual purpose. Besides being a great place to store rods, in the floor of it, there's a little compartment that opens up, and that's where your deep cycle batteries are going to go. Perfect location for them because it puts them in the center of the boat where your center of gravity is going to be perfect. Not a bad setup here, not a bad setup at all. We've covered a lot of ground, but there's two more important features we need to talk about on the Storm 176 DC Pro. Right here on the gunnel, this track system, it's called integrated track. It's ingenious because it allows you to add accessories to the boat and then take them off when you don't need them. For example, a rod holder for trolling, and take it off if you're casting. Let's talk for a second about the hull. There's a special hull in this boat. It's called the BPS hull, and what that basically is a flat spot on the hull that gives the boat lots more lift and performance. Why is that important? Because you can put a smaller outboard on this boat and still get great performance. That's going to save you money. I think we agree the Storm 176 DC Pro's got a lot of great fishing features. If you want to know more about this boat, I recommend you go online, look up starcraftmarine.com and check it out online, or better yet, find a dealer that's got one in stock. If you sit in this boat, you're going to like what you see.